This is going to be a random ass rambly video, but it's going to be video game edition because I have quite a couple of thoughts about some video games. The first thing is Marvel Rivals and people saying that the game's becoming a Gooner game. I haven't played a lot of Marvel Rivals in a minute, but I will say I feel like they are trying really hard to reel me back in every single time. I played Marvel Rivals when it came out, though I didn't stick with it for extremely long. Never got to do competitive and stuff because competitive is very scary. Every time I've drifted from the game, they have a reason for me to come the fuck back. And I'm thinking that they're targeting me because first it was Emma Frost and she's hot. She's really hot and she's just really, really hot. And there was Angela and she's just as sexy. And then there's Black Cat, which I wanted Black Cat for a really long time because she's pretty as fuck. I think we're seeing a trend here, right? Every single time gorgeous fucking character comes out, I want to play the game again. But I'm delusional because apparently Black Cat's like a 4-star and I don't think I could ever play a 4-star. Also, I don't know. So I didn't know Deadpool had like a whole maid skin. I found this out through fucking Pinterest and I was going through this rabbit hole just saving a bunch of pictures because they were honestly kind of cute. Deadpool in a maid outfit was not what I expected. There's a GIF that I saw of him from Rivals and bro had his ass just straight in the fucking camera. Straight up, and it was jiggling and everything. And I think they initially did that shit for Venom, like that emote where he's twerking promos for their YouTube channel. He was like all colorful and looked like a fucking like gummy bear. He looked like a gummy candy and he was just shaking his ass in a skirt. I'm like, what is the design team? What are the devs like cooking up? Is this how we're keeping engagement? I almost bought Resident Evil 9. I got into Resident Evil because of Resident Evil 7, and then I was excited for Resident Evil Village, Resident Evil 8, and I was very, very excited for RE9. And I watched the gameplay from the channel Survival Horror Network. I love that channel. If you want no commentary horror, go to that fucking channel. They've got the best fucking quality. I was on the PlayStation Store and I saw Resident Evil Requiem and I'm like, almost bought the game for $60 or is it $70? Because 70 is the new 60. I almost bought the game, but then I remembered, bitch, you're delusional and you cannot play horror games. I love horror games, but I literally cannot play them because it gives me the worst anxiety. I can play some horror games, like The Quarry, I could play. A lot of those, like, is it like the supermassive, like, decision-based games? Until Dawn, the Dark Anthology, I can play those. But if I have to run away from something, I don't want to play it. That's too much for me to handle. Also, speaking of Capcom, Pragmata Dad Space, there is something about stories in video games where there is a like child protagonist. It's just, you feel like a parent. You feel like you're actually like raising a kid. We've seen it with God of War, The Last of Us. We've seen it with The Walking Dead. Saw it low-key with Resident Evil 9 with Grace and, is it Emily? I think her name was Emily. She was adorable. Oh my gosh. But there's just something about those kinds of games. They pull at your fucking heartstrings. They tug at your heartstrings. And that's one reason I want Pragmata. Diana is so cute, but also the game looks really, really fun. And I'm not very much into space-looking games, but it looks interesting. And I also know that something's going to happen in the story that's going to make me want to cry my fucking eyes out. I can't wait for that to happen. Also, I would have thought that Persona 6 would have been announced at this point or would have come out already. I had a theory. If I remember correctly, Persona 5 came out on the 20th anniversary. So I thought, okay, so it's been about a decade since Persona 5 came out, I think. So for the 30th anniversary, maybe they'll announce Persona 6, but there's been nothing about Persona 6. I'm not deep into what Atlas does and what they don't do. I'm not probably as knowledgeable as some others are. I've only noticed that they've been remaking games. They've been remaking a lot of games or adding installments to other series. They've remade Persona 3, Persona 3 Reload, which I played, was really good. They're going to remake Persona 4, SMT 5, Shin Megami Tensei 5. They remade a game. It's called why am I thinking of Raiden Shogun? It was something Raiden, Soul Hacker 2. They've been doing everything. And they're probably working on Persona 6. I'm just very fucking impatient. I'm very impatient because I love Persona. Persona 5 got me into the series, and I love Persona 3 Reload. It was so good. Really want to see what story they do next. I'm ready for the next supermassive game, like the next big one. Not the Dark Anthology. I mean something like Until Dawn and The Quarry. The Dark Anthology just doesn't really do what Until Dawn and The Quarry did. It's not a series. It's like it's one big game, one full story. Yes, the Dark Anthology has its own stories. It's just, I don't know what it is. I can't articulate. It feels off. It just doesn't feel the same. And I've played Man of Medan with somebody, House of Ashes. I've played, what the fuck's the other one? The Devil in Me. They were fine, I guess. It's just, I feel like they can do better. Something as good as The Quarry, because The Quarry was like, it brought hope back to me. And I really love decision-based games, so I hope they announce something soon. I know they're making the next installment for season 2 of the Dark Anthology, so it'll probably be a while before that happens. Customization. This is the #1 way for me to give money to a company. I love being able to have a detailed character, like hair color, facial features, the body features, even like in Baldur's Gate, different like classes and races and those kinds of things. It's just so fun to do. And I really want the new Tomodachi Life because that is nostalgia. That's nostalgia. I used to play that shit on my 2DS. I played it so much to the point where I unlocked absolutely everything. There was nothing new for me to do. And I never thought they'd make a new one. I've seen people customizing in it, like for the faces and other things. I think you can customize, like you can create items, you can draw and everything. I've seen people with styluses on their fucking Switches. I'm like, wait. So I need to buy a stylus. I need to bring my Switch out of retirement because it's probably collecting dust somewhere, and I need to buy Tomodachi Life. And even for other games like Baldur's Gate, I'm thinking about just starting over my playthrough that I didn't finish just to create a new fucking character. Or games like Black Desert. I never really got into Black Desert, but I will tell you, I was customizing my character for like a good hour. I was very indecisive. I'm like, she has to be perfect. She has to be perfect. Another funny example is when I tried playing Bloodborne. I took an hour to customize my character and then I died within 2 fucking minutes and I never touched the game again. When I did play The Sims 4, I stopped playing the game. I just downloaded a bunch of fucking mods and CCs, customized. That's all I did. I didn't play The Sims anymore. I didn't even let them live their lives. I'm just like, you're just an experiment to me. You don't get to live your life. That sounds so bad. And the last thing that I'll talk about is I really want Ad Hoc to succeed so bad after Dispatch. I don't think I'm the only one. Ad Hoc was made by some former Telltale employees. They've released, I forgot what the game was called, but it was based on a comic because they tend to do stuff based on comics. It was based off a comic and I didn't hear much about it. To me, it didn't look that interesting for me to want to watch or even play, but I heard nobody talking about it, like absolutely nobody. And then there's The Wolf Among Us. The Wolf Among Us is a really good game. I didn't know that was based off a comic when I had first gotten into it, but it's really good. They released like a teaser or something for a season 2, but it's like we don't really hear anything about it. And I'm starting to lose hope with it. I feel like if they release season 2, whenever that may or may not happen, that would get a lot of people hyped, a lot of YouTubers, especially the YouTubers who played The Wolf Among Us season 1. And they now want to see how the story is going to continue, considering that they still have those saved files to convert their choices. I really want Ad Hoc to succeed after Dispatch. I was hearing so much about Dispatch when everyone was playing it, and then I bought it for myself, and it really was a good game. Dispatch, as popular as it was, I hope it gives their future games more hype, because I really want them to succeed. I am a fucking Telltale fan. I have watched all of the games. I haven't played all of them. I want to finish the last 2 seasons of The Walking Dead, but yeah. I'm gonna stop talking in circles. That's it for this video, my ramble about game-related shit. Let me know what you think about anything that I said, if you agree, disagree, relate, don't relate. Are there any games that you're playing right now? Are there any games that you're looking forward to this year? Let me know in the comments, and until my next video, whatever I talk about.